Hello world, welcome back to my channel. My name's Paul. Janet's studying again, so I'm going to go and pick up Mark and we're going to go down to Albany. It's right next door to Mount Barker where we were last weekend, but that's alright. Mark and I haven't travelled together for a while. I'm just fueling up the car, put some air in the tyres, but for now, let's roll the intro. And we made it to Albany. It's about 3:15. Our room's not quite ready yet, but we've got a lot of things to do, so that doesn't matter. Just about to go into the Tourist Information Bureau, find out what we're going to do over the next couple of days, and we'll make the code word for here, same as the Tourist Information Bureau in the last 3 travelling videos. Lancelin, Pingelly and Mount Barker. Well, that was informative. We're here for 3 days. It's Friday now, we leave Monday, and we've got enough stuff here to fill in that 3 days quite easily. So let's go and get started. And this is the old town hall behind me here. This was built in 1887. Amazing old rock building. This was the first settlement in Western Australia, long before Perth. And over here, can't see it very well on the camera, I'll put the drone up in a minute, but this is the Albany painted silos. If you remember in the We're Hunting Whales videos and the Following the Kalgoorlie Pipeline videos, I showed you the other ones. There's quite a few painted silos in WA. Morning guys, it's about 8 o'clock, a bit of a late start for me, but didn't want to rush Mark up. This is where we're staying, the Best Western, the Clarence on Melville. And the lookout you can see up here, the hill you can see up here, I think that's the Clarence lookout. And if we look up here, that's the Melville lookout. So I'm guessing that's the reason this is named what it is. There was a bit of a mix-up in our booking. They thought we'd booked in next weekend, but there's an apartment connected to the office, so we ended up getting an apartment instead of just a room. So I have to thank them for that, because there's not another bit of accommodation left in Albany school holidays. And we'll make the code word for here, motel. Isn't this amazing, guys? We're at the Mount Melville lookout. Our hotel's just the other side of this hill. Absolutely stunning. A little chair built here. You can sit down and watch this view, but the weather's not that good. But it's not surprising, guys, because we've got 2 cyclones about to hit the north coast, and a lot further south than normal. They're going to get very, very close to Perth, which happens once every 20 years or something. But look at this. I'll put the drone up so we can get some better shots. Absolutely gorgeous. Now I'm on the radio tower at the top of Mount Melville. Yeah, the other lookout was just down here. Wow, this is so much higher. And there's a big radio tower just above us. You can see this trapdoor here that's locked. The ladder just here. But you can get up this high. This really is quite amazing. Now I'm on the replica of the Brig Amity. The original was built in 1816 in Canada and did the run from England to Canada for a few years. Then it came via South America to the east coast of Australia, travelled up and down there for a while, but then they wanted to start the settlement here in Albany, so it was sent over from Sydney to here with convicts and soldiers to start the Albany settlement. It's a bit dark down here, guys, sorry. There was 61 people travelled on this boat. Unbelievable. We're in the officers' quarters now. That's the captain's office in there, and the beds here. And the beds, even for the officers, they're about 5.5 foot long, maybe 5 foot long, 1.5 foot wide, nothing. And we'll head down here. Now, nobody really knows, but now we're right down in the hull of the boat. You can see the shape here. They believe this is where the convicts would have been. How they fitted 61 people on the boat, they can't see any other way. But when we head up here, you'll see where the crew lived. And this is the crew's quarters here. And if you look, I'm down on my hands and knees. No headroom whatsoever. Little table here. This is the bunks for the crew. A couple of hammocks. 61 people. It's unbelievable. Now we're about 5 k's out of town. The guy that owns this property is a bit of a sculpture artist, and he's done all this stuff with a chainsaw, and you can drive through his property, and he's done these trees all through the property. And as you know, guys, GoPro blew off the front of the car, so we haven't got the GoPro. Oh look, this one's a chainsaw. But we'll stop. We're going to go and do the drive, and we'll stop along the way, show you a few others. And here's a portrait of all of Mark's girlfriends and ex-wives. Well, I hope you enjoyed that little montage, guys. I wasn't able to put everything in. There's so much here. This is a must-see when you come to Albany. You have to come out here. Absolutely amazing. And this is probably the most famous thing in Albany, the Dog Rock. Now we're at the Gap. Natural Bridge, it's another famous part of Albany. I seem to remember when we were kids used to be able to walk over the bridge, but they decided it was a bit dangerous years ago. And down here, it's the Natural Bridge. Now we're at the Gap. It's a little bit windy down there. I wanted to put the drone in and show you, but it's a bit windier than over at the bridge. And we'll make the code word for both the Natural Bridge and the Gap. We'll make them Bridge. And just a little bit further up from the Gap and the bridge, Natural Bridge, are the Blowholes, but it's about a kilometre walk up there, and as you can see there's no swell today, so the Blowholes aren't blowing, so I ain't going to bother taking you in there. But I've been there before, and when there's a bit of a swell here they shoot up into the air. And now we're at the old whaling station. They first started whaling here in 1952 and they stopped in 1978, so when I was a kid, whenever we'd come down here you could do tours of the station, but it was still working. Oh, and it stank. I remember I came here on a school camp and they had to drive some of us up to the top of the hill here because the smell was so bad, kids were throwing up. But yes, this is the whaling station. I'm not going to go in today. I've been in here so many times over the years that I'm not going to pay the entrance fee, but guys, it's well worth going in here. There's a lot of history. And we'll make the code word for here, whales. Now this is Emu Point. Used to come here with my grandparents when I was a kid. Absolutely beautiful. I don't know if you can see it with this lens, but out there there's a sandbar, and the tide's in now, so it's actually underwater, but when the tide's out you can get out there. And we used to go getting cockles out of the sand and cook them up. Yum. Last time I was here there was a big sign saying don't eat the shellfish, pollution, but they must have cleaned it up because the sign's gone. Now, on the way down to Emu Point we stopped here. These guys won Best Fish and Chips in WA 2017, 2018, 2019, I think are the years. I told them if it really was the best fish and chips, we'd come back and film them a bit, and guys, it was delicious. We sat down on the beach, some of the best fish and chips I've had in years. Well guys, that really was a fun couple of days. We've got enough footage today to make a movie, so I'll edit that now and we'll make you another one in the next couple of days. If you don't know what all the code words I was saying today are for, I'll put a link up there to the video that describes how you can win a Mavic Mini drone. If you haven't subscribed yet guys, hit the Mad Dog icon up there or the subscribe button down below. Give me a big thumbs up and we'll see you in the next one.